Hi, second grade students. Our next lesson in grammar is on page 103. Please find page 103 that I provided for you. And at the top it says Chapter 24 Test. So this test I'm going to help you with because going over your grammar that you just recently turned in to me, I see areas that you still need my help with, and that's fine. You know, our school year was disrupted, and it's okay. All right. So up here, of course, classify each sentence, and if you remember correctly, D is for declarative sentence. It's just a normal. Many sentences are declarative. If you think that's a declarative sentence, write D over here. And there's also interrogative. If it looks like it's a question and you see a question mark at the end, you would write capital I-N-T dot for interrogative. Or exclamatory sentence. If you see a exclamation point at the end, that would be capital E over here for exclamatory. Quickly, let's go over what is a subject noun. A subject noun is who or what the sentence is about, the main person or thing that the sentence is about. Verb, of course, is action. That means it's doing something. Doesn't even have to be physical action. It could be thinking. You don't see people really thinking, but that is definitely a verb. And there are others like that. Adjectives go with nouns. They describe nouns. ADJ describes how many, which kind, or which one. So like colors and numbers are often adjectives. If they go before a noun, they are. Adverbs go with verbs, and they describe how the action happened, how the verb happened, where it happened, when it happened, or how it happened. Another type of grammar that you've learned is the article adjective. We have 3 of them in our language. An, a, and the are our 3 article adjectives. And we also have learned preposition. Prepositions connect another noun to the rest of the sentence. Usually it's another noun, not always, but for now that's what our focus is. And then the object of the preposition is what the preposition is referring to. So let's go ahead. I'm going to help you with sentence number 2. I want you to do sentence number 1 on your own. And I'm also going to help you in this section. Now the next test, you're probably going to do on your own because I'm going to slowly go over this area where a lot of you kids are still struggling, and that's okay. We're going to get that solved, and we're going to get our knowledge on that. All right, sentence number 2 says, go ahead and read it with me. We stayed at our grandparents' house during the holidays. Now, someone asked me if instead of looking for the subject noun first, if they could find the main verb first. And yes, you could do that. If that helps you categorize and label these sentences easier, then yes, I will allow that. That's totally fine. So let's go ahead and look on our sentence. Let's read it one more time. We stayed at our grandparents' house during the holidays. Do I see a verb there? Remember, a verb can be something that you don't actually see physically being done, but it's something that shows action nevertheless. Stayed. Do you think stayed is a verb? Stayed. That actually is doing something. I stayed right here in my chair. You stayed at home to be safe. Yes. I hope that you put a V above the word stayed. Now we can find our subject noun. Who or what is this sentence actually about? We stayed at our grandparents' house during the holidays. I'm going to give you about a few seconds to figure out on your own. Go ahead and put SN where you think our subject noun is. Okay, I hope you put SN above the word we. We is a pronoun. Subject nouns can be pronouns. And that is. Oh, and we talked earlier about declarative, interrogative, and exclamatory. And this is definitely a declarative sentence. So let me go ahead and do that right now too. Of course, it's easy to chop once we find out what the subject noun and the verb is. We're going to go ahead and chop between. Wow, look at how small our subject part of our sentence is. We only have one word there in the subject part of our sentence. That's okay, that still works. We have quite a bit though in our predicate part. Let's move on. We stayed at our grandparents' house during the holidays. Why don't you stop and think about at? At, is that a word that could connect a noun later on with this part of the sentence? Get out your preposition chart and take a look. Do you see the word at on your preposition chart? Well, I hope you found it there because indeed I am going to put P above the word at because at is indeed a preposition. Something that might be a little easier for you kids also is to first find the prepositional phrase before you figure out what the other words in between are. So that we know that prepositional phrases begin with the preposition. So let's go ahead and put a parentheses that curves that way right before our word at, which is our preposition. And then let's go on down until we actually find a noun. So that's a noun, but it is a possessive noun. So that's not going to be, we know that a noun is going to follow that. Actually, that is a pronoun. That's a possessive pronoun. But that is still not the noun we're looking for. At our grandparents' house. Ooh, look at that. I just found the object of our preposition. At, we could even eliminate that, some of the others sometimes. At our grandparents' house. So now we have our prepositional phrase is in parentheses. All we have to do is, well, we already figured that out, didn't we? Our is a possessive pronoun. Pronouns, remember, they take the place of other nouns. And grandparents. Now, when you see an apostrophe, sometimes it's a contraction, but a lot of times it's also a possessive noun, and that's what it is in this case. Please put PN above the word grandparents. All right, let's move on. The rest of the sentence says, during the holidays, we stayed at our grandparents' house during the holidays. Well, we still have some words that are connecting to our main subject and main predicate. So guess what? During, why don't you take a look at your preposition page. Do you see during on there? I hope you do, because that is indeed a preposition that is connecting this part with the rest of our, with our main part of our sentence. So let's keep going until we find the object of our preposition. Let's during the, well, that's not a noun, holidays. Oh, that is a noun. So let's go ahead. We're going to stop there and put our other parenthesis. So we have a parenthesis here and here. Look at that. We have two prepositional phrases in our sentence. And there could be even more, or there could just be one, or there could be none. But you will see that. And then so let's go ahead and label our noun here. The object of this preposition is holidays, during the holidays. So they connect to each other. Preposition, object of the preposition, back and forth. And same over here. At is our preposition, and it's referring to at the house. Preposition, object of preposition. And of course, the easiest one of all, probably, we're just going to put a capital A up there above the. So we have sentence number 2 completely labeled. I am going to help you kiddos with this section because I have seen, we just need to review it more. So we're going to review on this test. List the noun used. Now, when they say list the noun used, you just always start with your subject noun. Remember, every sentence has a subject noun. So here, our subject noun is we. I'm going to put we right there. And what kind of noun is it? It's a subject noun. Is it singular or plural? Does we refer to one person, or does it refer to more than one person? If it's more than one person, it's plural. And it does indeed refer to more than one person. So we're going to put P there for plural. We, is it common or proper? Now, it is capitalized only because it was the first word of the sentence. But we is not a proper noun. It's just a regular old common noun. And then it says our simple subject. In this case, we only had one part of our simple subject. And that is just, again, our subject noun. Our simple predicate is our main verb, stayed. So we have that all done. But look, we have some more boxes to fill in. Let's go ahead and find another noun. Another noun on here. Well, remember, object of prepositions are always nouns. So this OP is a noun, and this OP is a noun. Let's go ahead and use house. I'm going to put house. House is definitely a person, place, or thing. What kind of noun is this, though? It's not our subject noun. It is the object of our preposition. So it is an object noun, or an OP. House, is it house or houses? If it were houses, it would be plural, but it's just one regular old house. So we're going to put singular. And is it common or proper? It's just a common noun. Okay? So that was my biggest concern, kiddos, was that. And this video is kind of long already. So I believe I made, go ahead and fill this in. Try these. You kids actually have been doing really well on your synonyms and antonyms. And I do want you to do this one. It says you're going to be correcting 4 words that are capitals, and you're going to be adding 2 punctuation marks. And I'm going to sign out now. And I have one more lesson I'm going to go over with you. All right? Bye, kiddos.